Good night. Welcome to another segment. Apologies for the late start. Yes, tonight we'll be talking about disaster preparedness, disaster management with NEMO coordinator, Mr. Al Westby. So the number is 1010-010. Digital customers only. Again, the number is 1010-010. That is for if you want to text in any questions, comments. To call in, the number is 678-6210. Again, 678-6210. All right. Tonight we'll be talking about disaster preparedness and disaster management. We are a month and a half into the hurricane season, where it's beginning to come across the rainy season. So we will be talking about disaster management, disaster preparedness with Mr. Al Westby. So we'll be taking this short break and then we'll be back.
Are you always on the go? Tired of missing your favorite games while they're actually being played? Watch your games and sporting events live with Central TV and Internet's incredible MyTV. Simply log on to www.mitv.bz to get easy access to 25 channels, no matter where you are. With Central TV and Internet's MyTV, you're always in the game.
Who said that deals only happen once a year or only on special occasions? Walk into any one of our Central TV and Internet offices to get free installation, free modems, and free MyTV subscriptions. Visit us whether you're in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio, or Benque, or give us a call toll-free at 0800 Cable TV. Central TV and Internet. Bundle and save.
Bundle and save. Central TV and Internet.
My dad never misses a football match.
Me neither.
Are you enjoying this game or what?
I'm loving every minute of it.
I can't miss this game, but I can't see it either.
Here, now you can. The game's on me.
Now, wherever there's internet, you don't have to miss a single minute of TV. And the best part of MyTV is it costs as little as $10 monthly for Central TV and Internet's customers. With 25 channels at your fingertips, you'll always be tuned in. MyTV is available only at Central TV and Internet. Log on and discover a new world of mobile TV.
Hey, do you happen to have a beer?
Would you like to know more about the flora and fauna of Belize? Do you enjoy gardening and need some tips? Then tune in to The Garden Show with Belize Botanic Gardens every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, only on the National Channel. Who said that deals only happen once a year or only on special occasions? Walk into any one of our Central TV and Internet offices to get free installation, free modems, and free MyTV subscriptions. Visit us whether you're in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio, or Benque, or give us a call toll-free at 0800 Cable TV. Central TV and Internet. Bundle and save.
Bundle and save. Central TV and Internet.
Wondering what it feels like to be in the clouds? Then let's go on an exciting tour and experience a great new adventure. TNH Tours Belize offers a variety of horseback riding combined with caving, canoeing, and personalized tours. Enjoy pristine jungle canopies, caves, and magnificent views. Tour safely with our licensed tour guides and professional horsemen. For a memorable tour in the heart of Belize's natural heritage, come to TNH Tours. For more information, contact us at tnhtoursbelize.com or call 667-8884 or 600-1293. Thanks for choosing TNH Tours Belize.
Good night. Welcome back to Police Checkpoint. Again, before we went to break, I told you we've been talking about disaster management, disaster preparedness. All right. So we have here with me tonight Mr. Al Westby. He is in charge of NEMO. What's your exact post, Mr. Westby?
I'm a Central Regional Coordinator.
Central Regional Coordinator. When you say Central Region, what's the demographics or what the area?
Basically supervised from Benque to San Pedro, including Belmopan, Belize City, and the Belize River Valley.
Whoa! So you're in charge of that whole area when it comes to NEMO?
We have 6 or 8 coordinators within the jurisdiction and assistant coordinators.
Okay, good. So what's your main function? What's your main purpose? What's NEMO? What is NEMO about?
NEMO is everybody's business. That's like we are here to save life and property. We respond to emergencies such as flood, earthquake, flash flood, tsunami. We attend to fire victims. You name it, hurricane is the main thing, apart from flooding.
Okay. All right. So we're in the hurricane season. So what is NEMO doing to get citizens ready, or what is your office doing?
Okay, as I explained on the last segment, people might think that we operate solely in the hurricane season, June to November, but what transpires is that we do a lot of training within the end of November to the end of May. We put in a lot of training, and we do continuous training right through the hurricane season as long as there's no impact within our country or in any district or area.
And the training is done in respect to what? What type of training are you talking about?
We have shelter management training, which we train anybody actually, but we capitalize on all public officers, because those are our first resorts whenever there's a call out. Our public officers will report to our EOC, which is our Emergency Operations Center.
Wow. All right, good. Police Checkpoint, good night.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
You have no sound on TV.
Oh, there's no sound on the television. Apparently, we look into that right now, ma'am. Sorry, we look into that. Thank you.
Well, if the adverts can have a sound, why can't the program?
All right, we'll check into that right now, dear.
Okay,
Thank you. Wow. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back. Sorry about that. We'll take a quick break.
Are you always on the go? Tired of missing your favorite games while they're actually being played? Watch your games and sporting events live with Central TV and Internet's incredible MyTV. Simply log on to www.mitv.bz to get easy access to 25 channels, no matter where you are. With Central TV and Internet's MyTV, you're always in the game.
Who said that deals deals only happen once a year or only on special occasions. Walk into any one of our central TV and internet offices to get free installation, free modems, and free MyTV subscriptions. Visit us whether you're in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio, or Benque, or give us a call toll-free at 0800 Cable TV. Central TV and Internet. Bundle and save.
Bundle and save. Central TV and Internet.
My dad never misses a football match.
Me neither.
Are you enjoying this game or what?
I'm loving every minute of it.
I can't miss this game, but I can't see it either.
Here, now you can. The game's
Hello?
on.
Can you hear me?
Now, wherever
Are you
there's
hearing me now?
you don't have to miss
Wow.
a single minute of TV. And the best part of my TV is it costs as little as $10 monthly for Central TV and Internet's customers. With 25 channels at your fingertips, you'll always be tuned in. My TV is available only at Central TV and Internet. Log on and discover a new world of mobile TV.
Hey, do you happen to have a beer?
Good night. Welcome to Police Checkpoint. We were having some technical difficulties. Apparently, the audio was not being transmitted. People were seeing the program, but they're not hearing. So, I think we've corrected that by now. So, we should be good. All right. So, Mr. Westby, can we start all over again? We'll have to start from the beginning because apparently they were not hearing us. So, you mentioned that you were, yes, NEMO, the area you're responsible for. Could we just,
We are based into 3 zones, Central, South, and the Northern Zone. We have a Central Regional Coordinator. Myself, we have a Northern Regional Coordinator, which is Mr. Elode Aragon Sr., and we have a Southern Regional Coordinator, which is Mr. Keith Emmanuel.
Okay.
We all have the responsibilities of supervising and oversee the everyday work of the other coordinators and assistant coordinators. Now the government have invested in assistant coordinators, which is a huge plus for us. Each office now has 2 persons working there.
Okay.
As you knew before in the last show, we had only the coordinator, no secretary, but that's a huge plus for us. Our basic task is to have the public at large readiness. So we do a lot of training, including of our first choice, our public officers.
Okay.
We deal with shelter management training. As you know, that would be one of the first resort. If there's an event, shelters will be open. We have to have enough personnel there to man the shelter on a shift system. So we start off with all public officers in this area, living in the area, not only working. If you work in Belmopan and you live here, you are working in the Cayo area.
All right, so that's one of the trainings that you do as shelter management training. And what other trainings do you do when it comes to disaster preparedness?
We do damage assessment. That's the damage assessments and need analysis. That's the, in shortening, we call it DANA. Those are the people who goes out and get the real impact, see what happened, they come back with a report and they give us, and we send it up to headquarters, and we could know then what kind of damage, what kind of losses we have. That include household, crops, whatever, livestock and everything.
All right, so let's talk about one of the things I know that when we're in the hurricane season, so let's talk about where people could go to for assistance, or I mean, shelters. Are our shelters ready? Are we prepared?
Yeah, of course we have different shelters in different areas. When we have our system lineup, that we have internal and external shelters. The internal shelters is people living in the Keys and Belize City at a category 1 or 2. They marked off shelters in those areas.
Okay.
Anything beyond that, then they move to Belmopan and the Cayo district, where it is well planned because each area has their own bus line that will be marked off with the name of the area. For example, let's take Lake Eye. Lake Eye bus will park there, and Lake Eye bus will say Lake Eye. Offhand, Lake Eye is going to, I don't want to be second guessing, I have it there, but just for example, Lake Eye is going to, let's say Sacred Heart College. Just
just a guess.
Yes, just right. If and you can't miss it because the bus will say Lake Eye, Sacred Heart College, and stuff like that. So we have everything planned out as it goes, and people might say, oh, but people from Belize City coming to Cayo, and people there's especially the crime situation right now. Just to let them know and feel comfortable. When we do training, this is one of the questions that comes up a lot from public officers. What about the serious situation of the guys coming? You know what, Corporal Jones, and you know, police has a plan, and police has a well planned out scenario for any evacuation between Belize City and Cayo. It will not be just a drive into Cayo. All right?
All right, so I just want for the viewers to understand. So once it's a category 1 and 2 hurricane, then the shelters in Belize City and San Pedro and the Keys would remain open. But anything above that, then they will be ferried from Belize City, from the Keys. And one of the questions I always find out is people don't want to leave. You as NEMO, how do you deal with a situation when somebody does not want to leave?
Yeah, it's always a challenge for us. We try to talk them out. If we are well trained, and we have voluntary personnel who goes way out on that thin limb to get them out. We have people who are reluctant to move from where they are because they don't worry about the danger. They are worrying about their household items or their property or things like that. And what we always say to them, you know what, we could always get back something for you, but we can't get back your life. Now there's a thing where you have people with children who put their children in danger. So we try to tell them, you know what, we need to take the kids out from here. It's too dangerous. And it's a long haul sometimes, but really and truly they understand, and they come out. The 1 or 2 that would be reluctant to come out after they pass through that danger, they are the first one who wants to come out if a breeze just blow.
No, afterwards.
No, exactly.
Yeah. So twice bitten, once.
Yeah.
Mr. Westby, when we are talking about disaster, you mentioned a whole lot, not only hurricane, not only hurricanes, floods, you said fire. Yes, I know they had that incident in San Pedro where the fire caused tremendous damage and a lot of people lost their homes and household items. So what did NEMO do in respect to that particular fire incident?
If you look back on the news, we have a very driven minister in the name of Minister Edmond Castro. I think he was one of the first persons out there that morning. We then deployed Ms. Tim Rose Augustine, who was the coordinator out there. She's now in Belize City, but we have a new coordinator out there who is recent, so Ms. Tim Rose had to go out, and Ms. Tim went out and did a wonderful job along with Minister Castro, and we got assistance to these people quick in a line of food and things like that, and it's still going on. It's a working process. It's not an overnight thing, but we respond very quickly.
when it comes to funding, especially for that, where does is the funding just governmental, or do you get assistance from other entities? And
It all depends, but our first source of funding is from
government.
the government of Belize.
Okay. I know that let's talk about it, continue talking about the fair, because I know that people are doing drives, food drives and stuff like that. So they did that, but was it something that NEMO coordinated, or they dropped off it at NEMO, or how does that work? Say, for instance, we do a food drive or something to that effect because of any flood victim or fire victim.
Yeah, what we learned over the years that it's best that if you have a food drive and should channel it through NEMO, it would be much better. It's much better to have one entity on the ground doing that instead of have Tom, Dick, and Harry doing their own thing, and then we go back and we redo other. You might find out that 10 houses didn't get, but 20 houses got 3 times because we duplicate one area. So we asked to work with us closely, and then we could get things here. It's like the Red Cross. Red Cross would come in and then say, okay, NEMO, you guys show us where we could operate, and Red Cross take one area, we take one area, because we don't want to duplicate, and we want everybody to get the same treatment. Remember, we don't look at, we look at the value for everybody the same. We don't do like, because you are this or that, you get better than anybody. The only difference is that it's the numbers in the family. If you have a family of 9 and I have a family of 2, you don't expect that me who have a family of 2 would get the same portion as a family of 9. You know, and we need people to understand that.
All right. So what are some of the difficulties you guys face whenever you're dealing with any one of these disasters or something to that effect?
One of the, you want to answer the call?
Yes, yes. Good night, Police Checkpoint.
Yes, hello, good night. I have one question. I'm calling from Valley of Peace Village. I'm a counselor, the village council. And then we recently had a training with the district coordinator.
Miss Moody. Miss Moody.
For NEMO, yes. Moody. And one of the questions that I asked in that training was, does NEMO has any form of contribution towards the betterment of hurricane shelters? I ask this because village councils, the revenue collected is solely from liquor licenses, which in our case is $1,000 for a year. And with that, we have to work for all the necessities that we have. And my concern is because not only in our village, but many villages, the issue is bathrooms in the hurricane shelters. And I think that is very, very important health-wise for the people that we will be accommodating in case of an emergency.
Very good.
Okay, very good. Is you're a counselor?
Hello, caller?
Yes, hello.
You said you're a counselor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good question. At this point, yes, we are.
Caller, would you have anything else? Because then rather than you stay on the line and have Mr. Westby answer, would you have anything else, or that's it?
No, that's it, sir.
All right, so Mr. Westby will respond to you then. Thanks for calling.
Okay, very good question. At this point, we are in the process of repairing some shelters, but what has happened, we can't repair all the shelters at the same time. So we go yearly, we pick out 2 or 3 from each area or district, and that's what we do. So for Valley of Peace, if it's just a bathroom and it's minor, if you're still listening on TV, Councillor, you could make that submission to Ms. Moody, and I'm sure that Ms. Moody would get it to me. And then I'll forward it to. We now have an engineer on board with us, and he could go out there and look at it.
All right. So, caller, if you have any concerns in respect to that, as Mr. Westby said, give Ms. Moody a call, and then they will see how best they could address that situation. Again, the caller made a valuable point in the sense that bathroom facilities is always a major concern, especially whenever you have a whole group of people congregating in one area.
say in disaster, say 40 to 50 people per sewerage and wash and basement, things like that. So you could imagine.
Yes, exactly. I mean, when people come from a situation where there's only a small household and they have one bathroom to themselves, now you have to be sharing this whole, yeah, I know that's one of the concerns. So before the caller, I want to thank the caller for calling. I asked you about what are some of the challenges you as NEMO face when you're out there?
We have many challenges, but dealing with disaster and disaster management as a disaster personnel, what you are taught and what is synced into your head, you work with whatever resources you have. And we've learned that over the years. One of the main challenges is people who refuse to listen. People, that's one of the main challenges. People adhere to what they want. One of the things we try to say and we put out there is that we give you enough warning. 72, 48, 24 hours. You look at it, people would wait until the storm is 24 hours away before they want to go to the bank, before they want to go to the grocery store, before they want to do anything. And that's a huge problem for us because we are playing with time. We are playing with time, and then the highway get congested, the stores are congested, the ATM is empty, the gas station is empty. All right? And we ask people to please, you know what, make your plans ahead of time, and that's why we ask you to have your family plan. You go on our website, a NEMO website, and you could get the family plan, you could get all the information that you need after that.
Okay. All right, Mr. Westby, you mentioned something that the families need to be prepared. Families need to be on point when it comes to, because there's the warning is there, the warning is there, the warning is there. How about a situation like flooding, a flash flood, where there's basically no warning?
Yeah.
No, that's very difficult.
Yeah.
That in itself is a challenge because there's no warning. How would you deal with a situation like that?
Flash flood impacts is dangerous. We don't have no control over flooding, much less flash flood. When a flash flood occurs, what we try to do as soon as we get that information, we try to reach it as quick as we can to see what damages or any lives are lost or things like that. And people are displaced from their homes. We try to get them into a shelter or somewhere quick. For example, we'll look at Hillview. You can remember that case 2 years ago with Mr. Calbert Thompson and the gentleman then from Esperanza. That was a huge flash flood. They lost both their homes, and we were on the ground running. Quick, we got houses up for them. We got everything for them. Our national coordinator now, Mr. Shelton D4, if you know him, he doesn't play when it comes to things like that. He wants you to move everybody to move quick. You know, he cares about people's lives. Our minister is the same as CEO and NEMO on a whole. We are trained to do that. We don't pick sides. We don't look at anything else, but we look at the livelihood of people and try to get them back to a normal life as quick as they can.
All right. All right. Thanks, Mr. Westby. We'll be taking a short break. Viewers, again, to text in your questions or comments, it's 1010-010. Again, 1010-010. And to call in, it's 678-6210. 678-6210.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Rain. I I'd like to tell you about the biggest thing to hit the local real estate market, the Belize Real Estate Show. Whether you are a real estate agent or property owner looking to rent or sell your property, the Belize Real Estate Show can help. We offer high-quality production with stunning slideshows, voiceovers, cinematic videos, and even an extended walkthrough hosted by yours truly. Call the number on your screen and allow all our viewers to dream of renting or owning your property.
El día que llegó a casa, sabían que tendrían un gran amigo, pero se convirtió en más que eso, en su compañero fiel, su asistente, su protector, el amor de su familia. Por eso aliméntalo con Rufo. Rufo es una dieta completa y balanceada que contiene calcio, proteína de alta calidad, vitaminas y minerales que aseguran su nutrición. Y para que esa buena historia tenga un gran comienzo, prueba el nuevo Rufo Cachorro, enriquecido con sistema Vitacam. Rufo, nutrimos al amor de tu familia.
Wondering what it feels like to be in the clouds? Then let's go on an exciting tour and experience a great new adventure. TNH Tours Belize offers a variety of horseback riding combined with caving, canoeing, and personalized tours. Enjoy pristine jungle canopies, caves, and magnificent views. Tour safely with our licensed tour guides and professional horsemen. For a memorable tour in the heart of Belize's natural heritage, come to TNH Tours. For more information, contact us at tnhtoursbelize.com or call 667-8884 or 600-1293. Thanks for choosing TNH Tours Belize.
Misses a football match.
Me neither.
All right, welcome back to Police Checkpoint. Again, to call in, the number is 678-6210, 678-6210. And to text in, it's 1010-010, 1010-010. Again, Mr. Westby, we were talking about flash flood. One of the things what we cannot have control over because we don't know when it's going to happen. Some of the locations that these flash floods happen is areas where you would be surprised that flooding could occur, much less a flash flood. I know that you had some pictures of an area that I was shocked to know that actually had a flooding. So could you highlight us on that?
Definitely one of the basins in our area that the tributaries from within the Pine Ridge deliver water is El Progreso 7 miles. And there's an area there that constantly get flooding. Actually, we discourage the villagers from building their houses in that area. It might be surprising to a lot of people because there's no river close to El Progreso, if you are familiar with it, but some huge volume of water come through that area. We have a photo. When you're ready, you could put it up. And you can see the impact of the flood in that area. A couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, we had the same thing in Georgeville.
Okay.
where
I saw. No, that's not it.
No,
That's
yeah.
not it. That's not it.
That one was last year. Yeah, that was last year in Bullet Tree.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
and that was because of poor drainage. If you notice, we went in there. We got called out like 4:30 that evening, and we went in there, and after did our surveillance and everything, we can just that, you know what, this water is right within the area, not from the river, just from the rain, and the drains and culverts were clogged up, so we had to get out. I made some phone call. My national coordinator, as long as you could justify the needs for equipment, he will give it the okay. I then spoke to Mr. Cecil Gabbard, who is the engineer, and yes.
And the picture on the screen right now, Mr. Westby?
The picture on the screen, that's Bullet Tree.
That's still Bullet Tree,
Yeah,
okay.
that's Bullet Tree.
Okay.
That's
Again,
Bullet
the river is far away from
Yeah.
from this where
That's the main road of Bullet Tree.
That's the
there.
main road
Yeah.
that's the main road.
Yep, see, that's a little snack shop opposite the Chinese.
Okay.
The first Chinese store after the hotel.
Okay, so
yeah,
all of that
after
happened.
the Pilar Hotel, exactly.
So all of that happened in Bullet Tree, where, again,
And then you know this was a ticklish time because this was in the heart of the election or something like that. So you know we had to deal with everybody as normal as we could.
Okay. So something like that. So even though the flooding did occur, but then the fact is that it was poor drainage, poor culvert, the maintenance. NEMO still did the work.
And it's unfortunate because landowners, it's right in front of their homes. And we try to encourage them, if you and your neighbor, get out and clean in front of your drain or clean your culvert, then this wouldn't happen, you know? But we are just reluctant to just give that lending hand to, it's for our own benefit.
Okay. All right. Good, Mr. Al. Our next thing that I am very curious is about, we have 3 dams. These are man-made structures. And one of the things is that you know that everything may fail. It's not 100%.
Before we go farther, though, there's only certain things I could answer pertaining to the dams. I'll just make that clear. All right.
All right, but I'm talking about the emergency response and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about the structural.
Okay.
You can't. I know you cannot answer how the dam was manufactured and how they. No. I'm talking about the preparedness. How are we as citizens prepared if, in the event one of these dams should fail?
Okay. On the take of NEMO, we do presentation along with BCOL. We have worked in every school that is in the impacted zone. In Santa Elena, San Ignacio, Cristo Rey, Cala Creek, Bullet Tree, and Santa Familia. We have the work doing presentation. We have work doing dam break, dry run exercises, which we do a little mock drill with the students, and we time them. We have them run and walk to the safe area. At this point, if you notice around town, we have some new signs going up, right? And we're putting up more signs thanks to BCOL and the improvement. They have a very active guy now leading the way, who is Mr. Oscar Alonso. I would wish that one day he can come up on your show and give you more input within the dams and have people with a clearer understanding. We do public meetings, but people are reluctant to come to these meetings. We have the retired foreigners who are quite interested, they come out, but we are not seeing Belizean coming out.
Okay.
And we'd have to probably change our system of how we go about, probably have to do it by neighborhood or something like that. Like what I planned with you to work with your neighborhood watch groups, get them trained, get them certified in first aid and damage assessment, cross-train them in shelter management, because those are the people we will need on the longer run.
Okay, so I know that there's an early warning system, but I have heard the early warning system and I've participated in some drills already. But my concern is a lot of people don't take that early warning system as something credible, like, oh, it's just another.
Yeah.
That's a difficult thing.
And that's sad. And that's sad because the people who we want to really come out and listen and learn are the people who are reluctant to do it. We have people living along the Mopan, along the Makal and the Mopan River banks, you know. We have people in Trapeach area. We have people in the low-lying area of the district. We have people in Christoray. We have people in Cala Creek. The last sessions we had very, very poor turnout. But we can't get discouraged. It's our job. We have to continue. We have to go back and see how we could bring them out.
All right. So is there anything else you'd like to highlight? What is NEMO doing presently? How, in respect to NEMO, you coordinating this whole thing?
We continue our training. We anticipate an event. At any time something should happen, I think that we are prepared to respond. NEMO actually, at this point, is growing. We are growing in numbers now. We are getting there. I must say we are getting there. We are under leadership now of retired Colonel DeFore, who is our national coordinator. We are getting there. We have a new minister. We have a new CEO. And we continue work. We don't complain. We work. Our motto is we will save lives. That's our motto.
Okay. All right. We'll take a quick break at this time and then we'll be right back.
Would you like to know more about the flora and fauna of Belize? Do you enjoy gardening and need some tips? Then tune in to The Garden Show with Belize Botanic Gardens every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, only on the National Channel.
El día que llegó a casa, sabían que tendrían un gran amigo, pero se convirtió en más que eso, en su compañero fiel, su asistente, su protector, el amor de su familia. Por eso aliméntalo con Rufo. Rufo es una dieta completa y balanceada que contiene calcio, proteína de alta calidad, vitaminas y minerales que aseguran su nutrición. Y para que esa buena historia tenga un gran comienzo, prueba el nuevo Rufo Cachorro, enriquecido con sistema Vitacam. Rufo, nutrimos al amor de tu familia.
Deals only happen once a year or only on special occasions. Walk into any one of our central TV and internet offices to get free installation, free modems, and free MyTV subscriptions. Visit us whether you're in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio, or Benque, or give us a call toll-free at 0800 Cable TV. Central TV and Internet. Bundle and save.
Bundle and save. Central TV and Internet.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Rain. I'd like to tell you about the biggest thing to hit the local real estate market, the Belize Real Estate Show. Whether you are a real estate agent or property owner looking to rent or sell your property, the Belize Real Estate Show can help. We offer high-quality production with stunning slideshows, voiceovers, cinematic videos, and even an extended walkthrough hosted by yours truly. Call the number on your screen and allow all our viewers to dream of renting or owning your property.
All right, welcome back to Police Checkpoint. Again, Mr. Westby, we're talking about the early warning system. I know that that's something that you as NEMO coordinator wants to stress, wants the viewers to understand.
Yeah, it's concerning the dams. We have to have that early warning system to wake up or have anybody out there ready in case of a dam breach. These are sirens that is located in different strategic area of impact. One or the main sirens are set up at the police at the fire station here in San Ignacio, which give you the biggest blast that should impact the whole town and the area. We have in Cristo Rey, we have at Black Rock, we have one at Chaw Creek, we have one at Cala Creek, we have at Bullet Tree, Santa Familia. These are all set up with the early warning system. The sirens, you'll hear a blast and it will be continuous. Beacol has developed a different plan on testing the sirens. If you recall, a while back in last year, you used to hear the sirens like monthly. Now you don't hear them again because Beacol has a silent test that they do now.
Okay.
Because we didn't want to, what we thought that we were sending the wrong signals, that if people keep hearing the sirens every minute, they won't adhere to the real...
That cry wolf syndrome,
and we might catch people off guard. But nevertheless, I must tell you that when that siren songs, my phone rings. Mr. Westby, something happened to the dam, and then I realized that whatever message we are sending out there, we have people who are listening. Exactly, and that makes you feel good. And we just have to keep educating the people and try to have them more, have them coming out more, you know. Apart from the sirens and the early warning system, Corporal Jones, we were talking about the National Hurricane Shelter listing and the evacuation listing. And I just want to give you a quick rundown. We'll start from like San Pedro. At less than 100 miles an hour.
Okay.
Right? Those are called internal. And for San Pedro, they would stay at the high school. No, anything over 100 miles an hour, they'll come to Belmopan UB.
Okay.
Right? And they are marked off, and that's from San Mateo, Boca del Rio, right, and San Juan. So that the boat will be there waiting. You will get, each person will get 2 tickets.
Okay.
One to come with and one to go back with.
Okay.
Now, if you lost your ticket to go back after the storm is over, then you have to pay your money.
Okay.
To go back out there.
So each individual person.
Yes, they have a ticket system.
I think it's so. Say for instance, I live in Boca del Rio.
Yeah.
Me, my wife, and my 4 kids. So each one of us will have.
Yes, your leaving and your return.
Return, okay.
Make sure you have your
return. So it's not 1 ticket per family?
No.
Okay.
All right? And then for Belize City, Mesopotamia, they'll be at Grace Primary, Salvation Army, or Mad Williams High School at 100 miles an hour.
Okay.
Anything over that, they'll come to San Ignacio Secretariat Primary School and the Assembly of God Church next, right? And we have Freetown. Right? We have Freetown, will be in All Saints, and anything over that 100 come to the Big Merman Church or the San Ignacio Iglesia Calvary Church, right? Next to that, that's a huge church, right? And Caribbean Shores, anything over 100, they'll come to Belmopan or Lady of Guadalupe.
Okay.
Right? And we have everything planned out just like that in all the areas that will be moving out.
Mr. Westby, say for instance, I mean, remember, Richard was a very unique hurricane. Richard didn't follow the normal trend, the normal path of a hurricane, and went inland. So it didn't much affect Belize City on the whole, but more the western areas and stuff like that. So what would be the evacuation? Say, for instance, something occurred here in San Ignacio. Where do we go?
We have our own shelters.
We have our own shelters?
Yeah, we have our own shelters. We have our own shelters. Right. We have our own shelters. Don't worry. We haven't shared out ourselves. That's our first thing is to make sure all people here are safe. All right, good. I like that. I like that question. Yes. Because people might be wondering, but
everybody's coming.
Mr.
Everybody.
Westby and NEMO give well a good shelter. No,
everybody's coming in. Yeah.
We even reach a point now where we have designated shelters for public officers' family.
Okay.
Because there's some public officers is working and they're worrying about their families, so we designate shelters that, you know what, your family will be here, you don't have to worry. When you leave work, you could go to that shelter, and it will be only public officers in that shelter, families, nobody else.
Okay. All right. We're also talking about shelters, and I've worked several shelters before, different hurricanes and stuff like that. So I have one particular question that I would like to ask is, what can persons take into a shelter? Because, I mean, sometimes you see people want to bring their dog, their cat,
if you attend a shelter management training, right away, it tells you no pets allowed. Arrange for your pet to be taken care of, right? You take your clothing, your blanket or your sleeping bag. If you have your own food, your canned food or thing, you take that. You take a radio or flashlight, you know. If you have a baby, you take your items for your infant, your elderly, your disabled family member. Maybe somebody is diabetic. Make sure you have their medicine and entering the shelter. Right away, that shelter manager ward know by registering. They will they will take off what kind of sickness that person had, and we'll know right away. You know, sanitary supplies, toilet paper, your feminine supplies, you know, personal identification documents, you know, and stuff like that. You don't take your TV, your big, people want to take from sofa if you left to them. No, it's no. Those are things that we could get back, all right?
And the next thing, Mr. Westby, sorry, is the fact that I know you tell people to bring how much days, or 1 day, 2 days, how much food for 3 days. So persons who enter a shelter should ensure that they bring 3 days.
It's a very tricky scenario there. I always say, and I might get chewed for this, but me and you maybe can say what we want to eat tomorrow. We could say, okay, we want to eat rice and beans, chicken and salad tomorrow. But there are people who have to wait till tomorrow before
they can determine what
exactly.
they
So
eat.
you don't expect that everybody will come in with that 3 days of ration in there. And believe me, Nemo, we work it out. We work it out, all right? We work it out. One of the things that we try to encourage people, this is the time you confirm your items for your hurricane season. You sit, the kids are very good at this because we do a lot of programs at the school. You got your Simply flashlight, your batteries, your radio, your canned food, you know, soda biscuit, your water, your blanket, got things spot. If you just rotate the food item every week, you know, if there were 2 or 1 you put there, that you could manage, you know, not everybody going to a shelter, maybe you're going to a family home. You don't want to go into a family home barehanded either. All right?
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, if you have your prescription for your medicine, that would be good, because then we have our medical people there. If you run out, they know exactly what you need.
So
yeah, your identification card, your passport, your land documents. You put those in a waterproof seal plastic thing. Your cash again. If you wear your eyeglasses, you make sure you got it. You know your baby, you got the Pampers and things like that.
All right. Mr. Westby, a text came in. It says that I know you mentioned Sacred Heart College, but this person is saying that Sacred Heart Primary, not college.
Not
okay.
college.
So, because this person is texting is Sacred Heart do gets flooded. The college is low-lying compound and it do gets flooded, so it's Sacred Heart Primary, not college.
Yeah, primary. Yeah.
All right. So for the person that texted in, it's Sacred Heart Primary School, not Sacred Heart College.
Yep.
All right. Good. I just want to answer this question because this person texted in. It says, "Does police have the right to ask for your passport?" Yes. Yes, we do. What you have to understand is that the police, before we have immigration department, before we have customs, before we had the two separate entities, police officers were immigration officers, police officers were custom officers. We carried all of those, but the law still has it that we can do ask for them. It's only because they have immigration department. No, they have customs. No, but we can ask for a passport, especially if we're on a checkpoint and we want to determine if you're a foreigner and you enter this country legally, we have the right to ask for your travel documents, your passport. It's not against the law. And one of the things that we want to encourage people is have some form of identification on them at all times, because whenever you're stopped and we ask you, what's your name? And you give us a name and then we have doubts and you have no form of identification, then we start. I know some people say, I don't like to travel with but at least a social security card, a driver's license, or something to show that that name that you are giving us does verify that you are that name. Yes, but for the person who texts in, yes, police officers can ask for a passport. All right. Mr. Westby, we're almost done to that. So, any other things you would want to say or to mention to the public?
Yeah, I'd just like to ask the public to continue to be focused on what NEMO is laying out there. NEMO has a website. You Google NEMO, you go on our website. You get a lot of information. It's updated. We try our best to teach and have the community at large ready. We can only do so with their input as well. All right. I have to say that I'm very proud of the police who is coming on board fully. I trained they are 24 new police officers of recent, and that's a plus for us. And then now we're looking into the neighborhood watch group, and that will be massive because there's how many neighborhood watch groups?
We have a total of 19 different neighborhood watch groups.
And each one?
We have Cristo Rey and Bullet Tree.
Good.
Then we have San Ignacio and Santa Elena. So we have
I'll definitely have those people.
Bradley's Bank,
get
Contiki,
cross-trained
Cartridge, yeah.
in first aid, damage assessment, and shelter management. So as long as you are willing, we are here to work Saturday, Sunday. It doesn't matter. Most of our training in these rural communities happen on weekends. Right? I always tell people, if you want to work for NEMO, if you like to party, you better stop, because this is a weekend job most of the time, and most of the time when we have an impact, it's weekend.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's one of the things. Yeah,
Yep.
It's just like police officers. We don't have that regular nightlife per se, because especially you being in a specialized unit or something to that effect. Because I know my office works closely with NEMO.
Yep, that's true.
And community policing and NEMO, we work closely, especially because you're talking about communities being affected by either a flood or anything. So we have to work together. So again, it's not a weekend, it's not an 8 to 5 job. It's whenever we're called out, then we have to respond.
And actually, you guys are one of the first responders, because if people don't call me, they call the police station, and then the police would get to me. And there's a lot of time I don't have that transport to reach, or if the water is high, I can't come in my vehicle. The police would be there for me. So I have to say, yes, we have a very, very good, close relationship, and I like to keep it that way.
All right. So, viewers, yes.
Yeah. Before we leave, I'd just like to send out my condolences and from the NEMO family to one of our chairpersons who chairs the mitigation access committee for us, Mr. Anthony Mai. His sister passed away in the States. My condolences to you and your family, brother.
Yes, I know Mr.
We'll
Mai.
see you soon. It's from, and also from Corporal Jones and his team too.
Yeah.
Right?
Condolences, Mr. Mai, to you and your family in respect to that.
Yes, and just take it easy, be strong. I'll see you in the week, my brother.
All right. Again, this is Police Checkpoint. I had tonight, my guest was Mr. Al Westby. He's the Central Regional Coordinator for NEMO. So I think that's a huge area for him, but he can handle the task. Again, we were talking about disaster preparedness, disaster management, and what people need to do whenever there's a disaster. Thanks for choosing Police Checkpoint, the national channel, Channel 10. The guys behind the camera, behind the scenes, the technicians, Mr. Patrick Jones, stations manager. I want to thank you guys for allowing us to have this show, and I'll see you guys next week.
Cause if you follow them, it's trouble for you. Cause there is a lot the police can do. I come to show what police can do. I'm going to show what police can do. I'm going to make you swallow all of your teeth. You live pan soup, can't eat no meat. And then I'm going to carry you down a station. Let me friend them get piece of the action. I did come for reason with you. Cause I know what woman can do. I am a man of the world like you. My woman could give me bun too. I was going to let you offer the hook, but you come and call me Babylon book. I going to show what police can do. I'm going to show what police can do. A long time I notice some of you